Right, my friends, just a bit of light-hearted fun today because we're in Nottingham city centre once more and we're heading off to meet Dave, JB, my good mate, for a coffee, and I'm going to take you guys back in time. We're going to have a little bit of nostalgia in this one. Everybody likes nostalgia, especially in this day and age where you just want to be back in the 80s or the 70s or maybe a bit earlier. I don't want to go any earlier than that because I wouldn't be here. I just only caught 1969. I just caught that number, and 69 is a great year. Nearly said number. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, do hit the subscribe button, click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Oh, and I've got a little bit of information for you because I'm off to Australia to do the next series of videos for you, the next series of the vlogs, and I've got some info for you, and I'm really excited. I'm really pleased and relieved about it. Anyway, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Now, talking of nostalgia, these lions here, I filmed a video, a vlog many years ago now with my mum, and she was stood here talking about when she was in the war and the end of World War II, and she was stood here then as well when they were all celebrating, and I filmed it in a vlog of mine, and it just reminds me every time I pass this lion of filming here with my mum. In fact, I'll put a little clip in now for you. Here we go. Have you been on here before?
Oh yes, 70 years ago I sat on this lion here and two soldiers sat behind me. It was VE Day, Victory in Europe, and the square was full of soldiers and women as well, so we were waving to the crowds and everything. So pleased that the Second World War was over.
There you go, and that was my mum talking outside this lion. I think from memory she had some kind of woolen knitted hat on. God, I miss my mum. Come on, let's go and see Dave. You know what? Got 200 degrees coffee there. There's not really anywhere to sit. Not really anyway. Not good tables. That's why we're going to go to Pret. And I have to say, I don't know about you, let me know. You got Costa, you got Starbucks, you got Pret a Manger. I always find Pret a little bit pretentious. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Is it just me? I don't know. Anyway, let me know. Although they do. I went the other day on the way back from I went on the way back the other day from New York when I landed at Manchester, and I had one of their what do you call them? Natas, that's it. Portuguese nata or nata, pasta de nata. Sound like Delwood, isn't it? Pasta de nata, Rodney. Anyway, here we are. Pret, let's find Dave. Right, okay, so just need to wait for Dave now. Got a guy over there playing saxophone, a little bit of music and stuff going on. Lots of tables here and stuff, and then I've already eaten, so I'm not going to have anything else to eat, but I'm going to go for a latte, or maybe a skinny latte. Or is it, how do you say this, is it latte or latte? What actually is it, latte or latte? Hey,
hello.
Hey up, mate. It's JB, how you doing?
Hello everyone, no, I'm fine. What are you doing here? Outside of Pret.
I know, I was just saying though, earlier on, I think Pret is a little bit pretentious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretentious Pret. That's what I think it
It's
is.
spelt wrong, isn't it? Oh no.
Pret.
The Asian, this should be Pret, isn't it?
Should be Pret a Manger for me.
Yeah.
Pret a Manga. Anyway, we're going to sit down. We're going to do nostalgia today.
Nostalgia, rubbish and junk. So I hope you got lots of time because I go on for a lot. I haven't got a filter.
Well, I've already done the intro. You don't need to do
that's
that.
all right then.
All we need to do is sit down today because I dragged you around the other day. By the way, a
That
little bit
killed
of
me.
information. little bit of information because I'm off to Australia, right, in a few days, and I'm going to take you guys with us. I said on the video that I'd not got a window seat, and I have now. I rang them up, right? Hang on, bear with me. I know this is not nostalgia. Well, it is because it was a few days ago, right? I rang them up and I said, have you got a window seat? And they went, we haven't got a window seat, but we can sell you and upgrade you for £1,800, right? So I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, went online on the app a couple of days later, right? And it went, there we go, priority seat, 35 quid. I went, I'll have that. Why didn't you tell me about that the other day?
Well, I think it's because you start the sentence with, do you know who I am?
I never said, do you know who I am?
Oh, right. I would have.
She'd have probably gone. Actually, little story. We went to, when I was in Tenerife with Daniel, we tried to get a hotel for free one night. Do you remember that? And he went, oh, he's a YouTuber, he's the MacMaster. And this guy went, no, that worked well, didn't it, Daniel?
I mean, fancy saying that to Daniel, Thor himself.
Go on, take a seat, I'll get us a coffee. Right, see you in a minute. I'm going to take it back, Dave.
What's that?
Because I tell you what, right, their pastries and their food in there is good, because I had a pasta donata or whatever the other day, but there's good pastries. But I'm going to reserve. I had the coffee the other day and it was all right. I'm going to reserve judgment on the coffee until I try that again in a moment. But so far, I reckon Pret. Although, is it I'll let you decide. Is it pretentious? Is it what? Is it
Southern thing?
Southern thing? You know. Well, anyway, let's sit down and let's get. This video's about nostalgia, so let's get to it. Not coffee. Right, okay, so.
Oh, no, I'm not going to put my arm round you.
No, don't put your arm around me. Don't put your arm around me. No, just as we start. It's not even, that's not on the hour. I thought it,
1:45, is it?
yeah. Does it bong on the hour as well?
Long time since I've done any bonging, I wouldn't know.
Have you bonged on the hour before?
Not for an hour.
I never get to the hour.
No.
Anyway,
Oh, smuts.
this is a family channel. Right, let's get into it. First things first, Australia, which I've just said, now got a window seat.
Yeah.
Thanks to me checking on the app. But let's get down to nostalgia, right? Don't forget, by the way, I'm off to Australia. If you hadn't already heard, I think the rest of the world has.
Yes, and he's got a window seat.
And I've got a window seat, and I'm going to Perth. So there we go.
And we've got a tram.
And we've got a tram. Anyway, nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Right? I'm saying now there'll be two camps in this one, all right?
Yep.
Okay. There'll be one that says there'll be people that say it's better now. It only seems like it was better back then, right? And if you actually went back to then, it wouldn't be as good as it is now.
No.
If you know what I mean. And then there'll be others like myself that say no, it was better back then. Because you haven't got all the wokeness and all that garbage, have you?
Proper people, won't we then?
Yeah, it's like I ate the other day and it was like, oh, you put your food on the table on the aeroplane. I said, listen, I grew up in Mansfield eating mud.
Yeah,
you know,
and worms.
And oh, I remember eating worms.
Chewing worms.
Yeah, chewing worms. Yeah, so that's what I mean. It was better back in the day. Advertising as well, TV commercials.
Oh yeah, can't beat them, can you?
TV commercials. Texan.
Someone should have told him a Texan takes time a chewing. Texan sure is a mighty chew.
Texan.
Let's go chocolate bars to start with, right? Come on.
Go on then, Aztec bars.
Never heard of an Aztec bar.
Oh, everybody's heard of an Aztec bar. It was like a rival to a Marathon, there's another one. But it was in a purple wrapper,
Yeah.
pretty big, and it was like, if I remember right, because I was only a wee boy, it was based around like an Aztec camp. Can you say Aztec, or is that not allowed?
I don't know. Aztec camera.
Oh yeah. But it was about that big, and it was massive. You know, it's when chocolate filled your mouth.
They've got smaller, haven't they, chocolate bars?
Yeah.
It's absolutely, literally got shrinkflation these days. It
Shrinkflation.
does my head in. You go, I get a Mars bar, enough to work, rest and play. Don't it? It's not even enough to make you work anymore, is it?
And it's like, can you remember when it used to say sugar?
With all the goodness of milk, glucose, sugar, and thick chocolate.
glucose, sugar,
yeah.
and thick chocolate in the
Yeah.
bars.
Can't advertise
No,
sugar
no,
anymore.
no, can't have anything.
Yeah.
World's gone mad.
In fact, I don't know whether we can advertise sugar on here. So
Oh, sorry.
don't use sugar, or do use sugar, whatever. I don't know.
But it's like, we had a tin of them there hero things at Christmas.
Hero.
Hero.
Oh, heroes.
Look, I'm in my own city. I've got to talk like proper folk, haven't I?
Hero.
Hero, me duck, right? But they have double deckers, but they're called tiny deckers,
Are they?
and they're about as big as that. They're as big as your thumb. Rob.
Nah. It was way back in the day. Chocolate bars was bigger. You got come on, other chocolate bars.
Oh, counters.
Counters. I remember counters.
Chocolate counters. Naked M&Ms.
Naked M&Ms.
They didn't have sorry, naked minstrels. They didn't have the crispy coating.
What about Trio?
Too loud.
Trio.
Trio, yeah.
Trio.
Trio, they were good. Breaker bars.
Breaker bars. United.
But even I'm delighted to eat united.
Yeah.
United bars. United chocolate
Well, if you're
bars.
going to Australia, you've got to try Tim Tams.
Tim
You
Tam.
will never eat a penguin again if you've had a Tim Tam. Oh,
I've heard about
when
that.
Because did I tell you I lived in Australia?
You did? Did I tell you I lived in America?
Yeah, numerous times. Tim Tams, it's the best thing you can ever get. You get yourself, got lots of flavours now, which is not so good. Get lots of Tim Tams.
But
Some of the guys on here who's down in Australia, you tell me what Tim Tams are like.
the names were even better back in the day. We had opal fruits made to make them out water,
Yeah,
right? But now we changed them to Starburst.
yeah. Well,
It was the same with Marathon and Snickers because we're following the Americans.
the place
aren't we?
where you lived for 12 years.
Yeah, I say we bring
Yeah.
it back. Bring them back. Bring them back.
Yeah, we should
Bring
be
them back.
united on our chocolate
Ah,
front.
here's a question for you, right? This'll divide the room. This'll divide the room, right? Tis was
Saturday is tis was day.
or swap shop.
Oh, there's no. It's Tiz was followed by when you got a bit older on the night time OTT, which was the spin-off of Tiz was
Yeah.
for the adults.
It was the
Sally James.
Sally James.
Oh,
We all remember Sally James
Sally James.
as a kid.
Sally James. Yeah. Yeah, Tiz. I never. Swap Shop was all right, but that was that Maggie Philbin and Keith Chegwin and.
Yeah, it was-
It was Cuddly Noel, wasn't it?
No, Edmonds. Yeah,
Yeah,
he lives,
yeah.
I think he lives in Australia now. Actually,
New Zealand, I think.
it New Zealand?
Yeah, one time in Australia.
well, what
Because you know New Zealand is England in 1973 still, don't
is it?
you? Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
then that's where I'm going. Then, if it's nostalgia,
Yeah,
take
yeah.
me back to there.
If you could turn back time, it'd be New Zealand.
Is that share?
You're too quick. That's coming later.
That's what Sarah tells me.
That's 3
Mate, the
hours.
Family Channel.
3 hours 25 minutes into this
You
film.
missed that.
Yeah, I did. I heard what he said, but I wasn't biting.
It's skillfully ignored.
Unlike Sarah said. And never.
Saturday mornings for me, because I lived up at the Lake District when I was most weekends, because we went up there all the time. And I used to watch Tiz Was and Swap Shop, etc. More Tiz Was, because Swap Shop was for the boring people.
Yeah, I
Right.
want to swap my mouse trap
Let's-
for an etchy sketch.
We'll get onto that in a minute. Games were way better back then as well.
Yeah.
But you Champion the Wonder Horse.
Yeah.
You had
Whirlybirds.
Yeah, you had Grandstand, you had World of Sport with Dickie Davis.
Well, the heat's never really worried me, Barry. Indeed, I'd love to be with you, but at least we can watch you live.
As you can tell, I'm not a sporty person.
Well, do you know, I tell you what, I used to love wrestling with, what was it, Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks.
Fred Green in trouble in the ring. The referee in trouble already. Dave Reese.
And who was the
Kendo
guy?
Nakasaki.
Is he the guy in the mask?
Yeah.
He was the guy in the mask, wasn't he? Yeah, he was the guy in the mask. I used to love that.
Yeah.
And it was just, my mate Glyn says to me, it's because you were carefree back then and you didn't have anything to worry about particularly.
Yeah, but if you remember, when we were kids, I can remember going out at 8:30 in the morning
Do you know when
and not coming back till it was dark.
you're holding your hand like that? It reminds me of that comedy.
How you doing?
Do you remember?
I wouldn't tell another living soul this, of course.
With the handbag, they had a handbag.
I have to do this because I've not been well.
You're not been well. Down below.
But no, we used to go out all day, didn't we? You went out, played, climbed trees, fell out of trees.
Yeah,
Went down the river, fell in the river.
yeah. I used to play in the river up at the Lake District. It was great. We used to make our own little rafts and stuff. Looking back there, that was fairly dangerous, as there was a dangerous waterfall at the end of it that you could have just smashed your head in on.
But no health and safety, was it? You didn't have these overpaid health and safety consultants telling you can't do this and that and the other, did they?
I don't do all that stuff, you see. I'm not into all that. When I worked at the Post, at the Nottingham Post, you used to have to go to a place, they'd be like, oh, you have to put this high-vis jacket on, and then you have to do a risk assessment. And I'm like, why am I doing a risk assessment to eat a pork pie?
Yeah.
High-vis jacket on.
Well,
it was actually in the headquarters of where they make pork pie at Pork Farms down on...
Yeah. Pork farm. There you go. That used to be a pork farm shop.
Did it?
That used to be a pork farm shop.
Back in the day?
Back in the day.
Yeah.
But now, it's the same in another life, in another job. Before I was old. You used to have a hot works permit.
Hot works?
With this new, what? A hot works permit.
What's that?
A blow lamp. If you're a plumber and you use a blow lamp, you have to have a hot works permit. How do you be a plumber if you don't use a blow lamp?
Here's one for you, and I don't know if there's any truth in this. Somebody told me, I haven't checked on this. Sugar puffs are not called sugar puffs anymore. Sugar puffs, are they? Because you're not allowed
Look
to
at
use...
all the faces cringing.
What are they called? What are they called? Are they
Puffed wheat.
No, there was puffed wheat, but I'm sure sugar puffs. There was Honey Monster and Sugar Puffs. I don't think you can use the word sugar in it. And do you remember the adverts where they'd put the commercials on and they put cornflakes in or syrup and lashings of sugar?
Used to tip the bag, didn't they? You
had to put loads on it.
12 sugars in your tea, milky tea as a kid.
Oh, milky tea now, milky coffee.
Well, it was like...
Do you know the difference between a milky coffee and a latte?
£4.20, isn't it?
Yeah, £4.20.
I wrote the jokes. But can you remember Camp Coffee?
I do remember Camp Coffee, yeah, it was chicory, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Had a guy on the front with a turban on or something, I think it was.
Yeah, and it was like, but I can remember at school, I miss school, I love school.
You did?
I love school dinners every time I got fed.
Cornflake tart, I had that the other day.
Yeah, and can you remember though, I always wanted to know about school dinners. How did they get the salad in neat little rows down the tray? You know, when you used to have a salad, well, now I'm older than you, aren't I?
Yeah, you are, yeah. Did you have cornflake tart though?
Manchester tart?
No, cornflake tart.
Yeah, that's the one with the jack. But you had the other day with Paige, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, we had that, and I used to like this big thick sponge with big hunks of apple in it.
Here's one for you. TV programme. I'm going
bouncing over the place everywhere.
No, because I'm going off on a tangent here, right? But Littlest Hobo.
There's a voice keeps on calling me.
Do you remember that? Littlest Hobo? You remember that?
You in Mansfield, you got Calendar.
Red Hand Gang. I did get Calendar actually, which is Yorkshire TV News.
If you're not in the UK, you won't have a clue what we're on about, but we'll get to you, don't worry.
It just was better back in the day. The computers, ZX Spectrum.
Oh, here we go. I never had a computer.
I had a ZX Spectrum. There was a ZX80 and a ZX81 and a ZX Spectrum. I told him the table was wobbly, by the way. And
Sorry.
Yeah. It's all adds to
It's anger.
Anger. There was the ZX Spectrum camp and there was the Commodore 64 camp.
Right.
And I was in the ZX Spectrum camp. Jet Set Willie. Manic Man, I mean something else to you. Then.
You're in Nottingham, remember? I had the one that went beep, beep.
Pong.
Oh, tennis.
Pong with the...
That's why you keep me outside all the time. The Pong, yeah, was it Pong? I don't know. And then that one went...
Viscount biscuits.
Viscount tastes so bright.
Viscount biscuits.
Remember Viscount
biscuits. Those pink wafers.
Oh, they have them in Costa, the pink wafers.
Do they?
Yeah. I don't like them. It's like eating sawdust. You cough when you're eating it and you go... Sawdust come out your mouth.
Pink shrimps that look like ears.
Yes.
Made of foam.
Used to have them.
Foam bananas.
Foam bananas. They were foul. What about the saucers? The flying saucers?
Oh, yeah, fizzy bit. K-Lye.
It was like, yeah.
No, sorry, sherbet.
It was like eating paper on the outside and then you'd have sherbet on the inside. You'd be like that. Oh.
White mice.
Oh, yeah, the white mice were great. You get a little bag, it'd be like 5 pence or 5.5p. That's it.
Hey,
what's going on there? Got something going on, music playing on there. We'll do it in a few more minutes, but if you know any, think of them. Help us out in the comment section down below. Let us know. Chocolate bars from the 70s and 80s, TV commercials, also TV programmes. Comedy was better back then as well.
TV was brilliant, wasn't it?
TV was way better, and you could not get away with half of the stuff that you get away with is now.
Well,
it wouldn't be allowed.
You wouldn't know. It's like TV adverts. I read somewhere that you wouldn't be able to do the Smash advert with the monster like appeal them with their metal knives.
Oh, why not?
After a hard morning's workout, you'll need something quick and nutritious.
I haven't got a clue. But they wouldn't be allowed to make it now. Let's get the Gold Blend advert.
Gold Blend, yeah.
You saved my life the other night.
The dinner party.
The coffee.
What about the is she or isn't she?
Is she or isn't she?
Yeah, but you have to change it for today. Is it a she or isn't it a she?
That's controversial.
But I'm old. I don't have a filter. But it's weird, isn't it, when you think about it? And we only had 4 channels. 3 channels then, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember Channel 4 started. What was the first programme that was on Channel 4?
It's got to be Brookside.
Do you know what? I thought there was a film on Channel 4 called Patang Kipperbang.
Run through the streets with no clothes on, chatting Patang Kipperbang in people's letterboxes.
And I remember
Who
that.
remembers things like that?
I've no idea. It's because I loved back in the day. I loved it back in the day. It was great. It's true for you Australians coming out, isn't it? There's Patang and Kipperbang. There was, and I think it was Countdown. Even back in the day with Doctor Who, Tom Baker was better. Tom Baker is the Doctor.
You're a Doctor Who fan, aren't you?
Massive Doctor
Right,
Who
now,
fan, yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. It must have been late 60s, early 70s. So you'd have been about...
one.
Yeah, but knowing you'd have been that way, you'd have remembered it. It might have been a bit later, but there was the Brigadier, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And there was this thing about these big maggot types.
Steady on, Doc.
Like,
I remember
Nobody
that.
ever remembers them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get the storyline, but I used to like Tom Baker.
Tom Baker.
Because he actually lived originally where
In
I lived,
Nottingham.
in Nottingham, yeah.
Wasn't he wasn't his, do the research for us on this one, but I'm pretty sure he was married to Wheatcroft, who owned the garden centre here called Wheatcroft.
Probably. It sounds familiar.
In fact, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure his brother, I'm sure it's his brother, has got a pub here.
Oh, I don't know.
His long lost brother or something.
Well, we could go on to pubs about Nottingham, but awfully good to do it awfully.
Check that out, let us know. Chocolate bars as well, just everything nostalgic. It was
Crisps.
Oh, do you remember the square crisps where you get the little packet of salt in it as well?
You can get them again, can't you?
Can you?
Smith's, yeah.
Yeah, but you only get about 5 in a packet.
Can you remember Tudor crisps? They were from the North East.
I do remember, yeah.
Daz, he'll remember that.
Yeah, I remember Tudor.
And he used to save these things and send for Kung Fu fighting stars.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. You wouldn't be allowed them now. What about the candy cigarettes as well?
Oh, and the chocolate ones, Winston chocolate cigarettes.
Yeah, you couldn't have them. Can't have them there.
No.
You had bubblegum ones as well.
Licorice pipes.
Licorice pipes. When I was living in the lakes at the weekend, because we'd go up each week and eat summer holiday, they didn't have, in fact, they still don't have a shop up there. Don't have any.
No electricity, is it?
They had no shops, nothing. And they had a mobile van that came around called Tyson's. It was called Tyson's van, right? And Saturday morning, my mum would give me 10 pence. That'd get you loads as well. Yeah. And I'd go and get sweets and stuff. It was great.
Well, we had a van come round, because I lived in the posh
That was a
part.
different van that took you away.
No, it wasn't yellow.
My mum used to threaten me with
the yellow van.
She'd say the yellow van would come and get you if you don't behave.
Did your mum used to say, if you fall out that tree and break your leg, don't come running to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, we used to have a bread van come round, a Sunny Sunbless van, Sunbless bread.
Yeah.
And we used to sell long donuts, split donuts.
Yeah.
And
Mandora Pop as well.
Pop. Then we had the Alpine Pop, man.
We didn't have Alpine. Not in Mansfield, we had Mandora.
Oh no, yeah, Mandora.
And we had
that's it.
Corona. It was called Corona, I
Yeah,
think.
but don't they used to do iron brew in Mansfield as well, didn't they? Bars in Mansfield, I think. They got a
girders from
yeah, but it's the Mansfield version made from bolts.
Made from nuts and bolts. Even movies were way back then, right? If I say to you, who's Superman?
There's only one.
Christopher Reeve. Yeah. That's it. That he was Superman. It was way better back in the day. Way better.
It's like westerns, wasn't it? Everybody was John Wayne. I was more Clint Walker, Lee Van Cleef.
Oh,
here we
talking
go.
of westerns, Tin Can Alley.
Hello, I'm Chuck Connors, and this is Tin Can Alley.
The Christmas TV commercials were better as well, weren't they?
Yeah, that was it. I can never get that.
Like Chuck Connors, that was it. Chuck Connors. I even remember his name. I'm sad, aren't I? And then Mousetrap.
Mousetrap, yeah.
Build the craziest mousetrap that was ever made to catch a mouse.
There was Mousetrap.
I had, my brother, he had all the good stuff, but we had flight deck. And you had to land that aircraft onto an aircraft carrier.
I haven't heard of that phrase.
Yeah, on a little bit of fishing line. Yeah. Never did what it did on the telly. I mean, has anybody ever done a proper curve on an etch sketch?
No, I don't think I have actually, no.
But you used to use flight deck like that, anyhow.
Yeah, remember flight deck? My goodness, the games were even better back then. Everything was better. Was it better? Let us know. You share your thoughts in the comments section.
Christmases were great though, weren't they?
Woolworth's TV commercial was better as well.
It went on for ages, didn't it?
Have a cracking Christmas at Woolworths, cracker of a Christmas shopping spree.
Yeah.
Pick and mix, that's why I'm this size.
Pick and mix. The pick and mix was great. You had Kenny Everett advertising the commercials. You had, I think you had Gary Glitter on it. No, you can't say him. You had Jimmy,
you can't say the other one either.
Jimmy. Oh no, you can't say him either. You had the guy off of. A lot of the names you can't mention now, can you?
Yeah. I mean, they're so funny, weren't they? That Stretch Armstrong.
I had Stretch Armstrong. Yeah, I had Stretch. And hang on, don't forget Action Man with the eagle eyes. And but
I remember pre-eagle eyes Action Man. Now again, I shouldn't be really saying this, I suppose, but hey ho. When I was 6, I grew up in a part of Nottingham where on our road it was all girls of my age.
Yeah.
I was really tempted that I played with girls, but all the people I hung around with on our street were girls, right? And my dad bought me an Action Man for Christmas.
Right.
And I cried for 3 days because I wanted a Cindy like the rest of them. And I locked my hand up and I had an RSW14 push bike because they all had one instead of was it a grifter or a chipper or a...
Yeah, there was grifters.
Hello, I'm the new rally grifter.
There was a rally, which was from here, Nottingham, Rally Island.
Chopper.
You had the chopper, you had the grifter.
Chipper.
What was the kids' one? Was it Budgie or something?
Yeah, Chipper, Budgie, wasn't it?
Chipper and a Budgie, yeah. You had all them. They were better back then as well. I had a Rally Grasshopper as well, which was a green one, I think it was, obviously after Grasshopper. Toys were better back then as well.
They lasted, didn't they?
Yeah, they did last.
I had one was like a pinball machine. It's called Rebound.
What a shot. The Watsons have just about clinched the $1 million rebound championship.
Yes, I remember that. Little ball in the middle of it. Yeah.
Oh, I feel young again.
The toys were made proper.
7XY.
I say the toys were made proper. My lad has got some toys. The next door neighbour had got these old toys. And he says, "Oh, do you want to give them to James?" And I took them round. And they weighed a ton. And I said to Sarah, I'm looking, I'm thinking, these are made of lead. I said, you can't give him them.
Matchbox and Corgi cars, weren't they? Made of proper die-cast metal, no plastic. Then Hot Wheels came out, you had that track.
Yeah, I actually had a Matchbox. It was like a little suitcase with like plastic containers in it to put your cars in it. It was great. I was spoiled.
You were spoiled, little lad.
I was.
And look, we've got Rally. You can't play with them, but they look nice.
I had everything that my dad did spoil me.
Yeah.
He did, and my mum.
If I knew who mine was, he would have done me as well. But do you remember the track on the track? It was like long legs for supply. We used to use them for swords.
Yeah, and you could make a whoosh of it as well. Yeah,
and it'd fly off and wouldn't hit the valve.
I had Road Maker. There was Big Track as well that you got.
Tonka toys were actually made of metal.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
And you used to have an advert with an elephant standing on them.
We wondered what would happen if an elephant stepped on a Tonka toy.
Funny that, the elephant stood on in the advert, my grandma stood on mine and broke it.
Advertising standards back then were totally different.
But they were different days, weren't they? I mean, Christmas lasted for a fortnight. You were still eating turkey in April.
Christmas lasts for a month now.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, they were the good old days. And it's like we've just had all the storms here, haven't we? In the UK, we've had high winds and lots of rain. When we were kids, it was raining and windy, wasn't it? That was it. Didn't have storm Ecky thumb.
No, but do you not think, right, this is a bit controversial.
And it's not global warming.
Do you not think, back in the day, summers were proper summers? There were weeks on end of really, really nice weather, and there was no rain in summer.
But you didn't feel the cold as a kid, did you?
No, but it was just now you get a summer and it's like, well, it's cold, it's not that great. But back in the day, it was warm, it was nice.
Yeah, but we all had that fashion accessory when it was cold, didn't we? Candles. Do you remember candles? Come here, he's got a candle.
I have to keep doing that to James, and he does this. James goes, well, don't do that. Or he just wipes it on his sleeve.
I think that's why I got into DJing and radio, you know, because I always had lots of boogies.
CB radio.
Yeah, I had one of them.
CB radio.
Yeah, we had one of them.
Because it went from, now correct me if I'm wrong, it went from 1.9 for a copy to 1.4 for a copy or something.
Well, it might have done in Mansfield,
which was
tight-fisted.
Well, I was called Concord. That was my handle, Concord.
Was it? Oh,
yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I had a Midland, is it a Midland 40 and a K, what's it, twig on the roof.
Yeah.
Tim would know that, wouldn't he? Old
Thunderpole 2.
MS in Tenerife.
Yeah, Thunderpole 2.
Thunderpole 2, yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to go up to Ravenshead a lot, which is far from you, is it? But
no, it's the posh.
Yeah,
posh
Ravenshead, yeah. They've got television licences and everything.
Yeah, they don't have them in Mansfield.
But you used to pass the police headquarters, didn't you? So you grabbed the twig off the roof.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they were the days.
Cars were way back then. The Ford Capri.
You're a Capri man, aren't you?
Love a Capri.
Yeah.
I think when I've made it on YouTube, I'll get a Ford Capri. That's what I aspire to.
No. Again, a lot of the guys out the UK will relate to these. Ford Cortinas or Tanos in Australia. They were brilliant. Mark 2, Mark 3.
You see your TV shows, right? You've got Starsky and Hutch, you've got the Professionals, right? They were better back then. Everything on TV now, I said this to Sarah the other day, by the way. I said, everything on TV now, I said, is that bloody rubbish reality TV show. And she went, well, you should talk, that's what you do. I said, it isn't, I don't do reality TV.
No, you don't live with reality.
I don't live in the real world, do I?
No, but you had the Sweeney.
Yeah, the Sweeney Minder.
But you don't remember Special Branch.
I don't remember Special Branch.
Yeah, we had Z Cars, that's what your dad's era, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Z Cars Special Branch was George Sewell. He played the gaffer in that. That was good. Yeah. Sweeney.
The gaffer.
He's the gaffer. You can try it on with him. He's the gaffer.
He's the gaffer.
I used to do my accounts like the gaffer, carry a bag on the back seat.
Gonna wind this up in a minute because you're just otherwise it's gonna be the longest video ever. But put the comment down below what nostalgic. We've got chocolate wheels, we've got TV programs, we've got movies, we've got
we haven't got
children's
to records
games.
yet.
Oh, come on, records.
We haven't got to first girlfriend.
Well, listen, let me tell you what. My first girlfriend, right? I've tried. Sorry, Sarah, if you're watching. Just out of.
It's all right, Sarah. I've told him he's punching.
No, it was just out of curiosity because I worked with this girl at the Mansfield Chat called Annette Coop, not Annette Curtin, which is what you were going to say. Annette Coop. She was originally from Wales, right? And she was she was my first proper girlfriend. My other girlfriend was Louise up in the Lake District, but this Annette Coop, and I thought, and she had a shop in Shirebrook showing the general stores. Then she just disappeared, and you can't. I thought, oh, I wonder what she's doing, right? But you can't find out. Not that I'm stalking her or anything. I just thought, I wonder whether she's on Facebook, but she's not because you can't, because she could be married.
Yeah, but don't you ever think though that wouldn't it be nice to be like Marty McFly and go back 43 years, go back and say sorry?
To who?
Well, you don't do sorry, do you?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Father. Sorry. There's another TV show.
God,
there we go.
We've rehearsed this for 5 hours and you're still getting it wrong. Yeah, first girlfriends. Oh, I mean, I think I was 8 when I had my first girlfriend.
8?
Yeah.
Good grief, you just started too young. I was into computers and cameras.
She wanted to hold my hand and all I want to do is play with a Cindy doll.
There's nothing wrong with that nowadays. That's absolutely fine.
But I mean, then you've got your first love scene. You remember your very first love that hit you like a brick of...
That was Annette Coop.
Was it? Oh, right. Well,
yeah. She was my first love. I was obsessed with her.
Now, would you? Now, here's a question. Here's a question for you. Comments down below because it's I'm quite interested if it's just me or you that's a Fruit Leaf. If your first love walked up the street now,
yeah,
and you saw it, you had nothing to go on, but you actually saw her for the first time, what would happen? Would your heart skip a beat? Would you be embarrassed? Do you think she'd recognise you?
It's probably.
Or would she come and punch you?
No, I got on really well with them. I don't think my heart would skip a beat now. No, I'm very, very now comfortable and relaxed and happy with where I am. I don't want any drama. I'm good.
Yeah, but you're one of them. But you could fall in mud and come out looking clean, couldn't you? Really? I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, I must admit, every mistake I've made, it's been my fault, my own stupidity. Yeah.
No, do you know what my dad used to say? I've never been wrong. You see.
I can't say that word according to my current wife.
What? You never wrong?
Not incorrect. I can't say that.
I've never been wrong. My dad says the only time I was wrong is when I thought I was wrong, but I wasn't.
Oh, right.
There you go. Anyway,
yeah, go on.
So we've got games, we've got
cars,
got girlfriends.
Films, right. I'm going to own up. My name is JB, and I have never seen Star Wars or Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Ever. Don't even know what it was about. Cannot see the attraction in it.
Really?
Nope. And going back to toys, my brother had. Can you remember Space 1999?
Of course I do. Yeah.
He's got all the Eagles still in the box.
They're worth a fortune. I used to have all the toys on that as well. I had everything. I had Maskatron, which was the $6 million man. I was named after Lee Majors. So there you go.
Was you?
Yeah.
Which bit's bionic?
Well, I've got 4 kids, work it out.
Going back to Nottingham and films, I remember queuing at the cinema around here, which if you're not in Nottingham, you won't have a clue, but it was the ABC, to watch Jaws.
Oh,
right?
Dude.
For 7 hours.
What? It wasn't 7 hours long.
No, the queue was for 7. I didn't want. Oh.
Right.
Anyway, I got in and I spent most of it like that.
Well, I actually saw.
Well, mine was 23 at the time.
I saw the shark that they used at Universal Studios when I went with my mum and dad to.
Was this when you lived in America?
No, that was when I went with my mum and dad to the States for the first time ever, August the 16th, 1980. I always say that, and I went there. But yeah, films were. TV programmes were better back then. Let me just tell you this, I said this earlier on, right? But comedy series, right? If you look back, you got the young ones. The young ones. I used to like Man About the House. Funnily enough, by the way.
My favourite film, somewhere on there.
I used to have a crush on the woman that was in it, not Paula Wilcox.
Oh, the blonde one.
The blonde one, yeah.
What was her name? Sally Thompson.
Sally Thompson. And she's actually on my Twitter. She's my friend on my Twitter because through a
name dropping.
No,
I've got somebody called the MacMaster on.
Through a friend of mine, he knows her, and I was like, oh, I said I messaged her. Says she actually was part of my childhood, and so she was great. I used to have a crush on her.
Yeah, I've got a blonde on mine who's quite nice, really. It's called Blonde Angel.
Yeah, there you go.
But then it went into the music, didn't it? Can you remember the music? I mean, what was the best year? I reckon the 80s.
80s for
Ever
me.
17.
The music. Come on, you got Tears for Fears. I could talk about this all day. So sorry if we're boring you.
So if you book a taxi because you'll need it.
So you got Tears for Fears. You got Adamant. Right, you got Spandau Ballet.
Heaven 17.
Heaven 17.
Thompson Twins. From
Twins. Nick Kershaw.
Haircut 100.
Oh, yeah, you see, there you go. The 80s, you got Culture Club. They were better days back then as well.
What was the one where I always have to remember climbing over a fence with barbed wire? What was that one called? Oh, Kajagoogoo. That was it.
Kajagoogoo, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
You got Mid-Jaw.
Ultravok. Level 42.
Level 42. Oh, hang on a minute, Level 42.
Mark King, I remember him. Met him once in the Isle of Wight.
Remember? It is, yeah.
The Flying Thumbs of Mark King. Best bass player I've ever met. Mike Lindell. The two Boone and his brother. I can never remember the other one, but they're brothers.
Yeah.
Best. I went to see them about 11 times.
Yeah. Gary Glitter. You can't say that.
Yeah. I like those.
Do you know, by the way, just with they used the Gary Glitter song in Joker. With Phoenix guy.
All right.
They used that song in that movie, not knowing that really shouldn't really use it, and he actually I believe he got paid royalties from it. So,
But I mean, as I say, I was into I'm into all genres of music. You know, it's like I was into rock and the good old Aussie band AC/DC.
oh yeah, rock.
Tigers of Pantang.
Yeah, I mean, Queen, your bands and your music was better back then. Everything to me was way better back then.
Oh yeah.
TV series, and going back to comedies and stuff. Do you remember Chips, California Highway Patrol?
Bouncing about, folks. It's his coffee.
Poncherello.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Poncherello.
And what's the other one called?
Oh, do you know what?
John something.
John, was it Baker or something?
No, he played it, didn't he?
I can't remember. You'll have to pop it in the comment section down below. I can't remember. But I liked Cagney and Lacey. I had a massive crush on Sharon Glass. Massive crush on Sharon Glass.
So that's like saying you got a Porsche tin can because you like Dukes of Hazzard.
I love Dukes of Hazzard were great as well.
Let's go country.
He'll be coming by here just any moment now. I can feel it in my bones. I just can't wait to get...
Boss Hogg.
Boss Hogg, yeah.
You literally, TV now, a lot of it is garbage. And
do you know you missed the 18?
Oh, how could I miss the 18? Do you know who was my favourite?
Alwyn Mad Murdoch.
Yeah, how did you know that?
Because you're more like the face man. Oh God, Saturday nights on TV were great, weren't it?
My favourite, because there was Night Rider, Street Hawk, and Airwolf. Street Hawk was my favourite.
The Man, the Machine, Street Hawk.
Airwolf was good though. John Michael did. No, and this is where my career started and how I went. And this was one of the things that guided me to that. One of the, in the later days, was Midnight Caller. Jack Killian. I always wanted to be the British equivalent of Jack Killian, or later day better than Howard Stern.
How did he finish the end off of his show?
Oh, you put me. I can do the Hill Street Blues one, but I can't do that.
No, what did he say? He'd say "Good night, America."
Oh, that was it. Good night, America.
Wherever you are.
Yeah, wherever you are.
This is Jack Killian on KJCM 98.3 FM, and Good Night, America, wherever you are.
And on the Hill Street Blues was, hey, let's be cheerful out there.
Hey, let's be careful out there.
Yeah, Hill Street Blues.
That was brilliant. Renko.
What about McLeod?
Sam McLeod, yeah.
He'd go through, was he through Central Park on a horse?
That's it, McLeod, yeah.
And then you've got my other favourite I used to love, and if I used to look like him when I was a kid, when I put on a little bit of weight, Frank Cannon.
Cannon. Starring William Conrad.
What are you laughing at?
Well, we look more like Abbott and Costello stood here, don't we? Frank Cannon.
Frank Cannon.
That means because I can't walk properly, I'm Ironside, does it?
Ironside, you got Rockford Files.
Yeah, Jim Rockford, yeah.
This is Jim Rockford. At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
The Equalizer as well. Now don't start...
San Francisco.
Oh, that was great. But don't start me off on The Equalizer, because as much as I love Denzel Washington, and they're great, by the way.
Yeah.
I've watched all three. Second one wasn't that good. Third one was good. The first one was excellent. Edward Woodward was The Equalizer.
Scum! You are scum! You make everything you touch dirty!
He can't beat it.
All he had to do was this. And they'd go, they'd like, you know.
See, but that's British actors, isn't it? I mean, Americans are great, don't get me wrong, but they haven't got the charm and charisma of British actors, of Edward. Yeah. And it's like, it's like, do you remember the 80s sort of rom-com-y buddy film? I mean, the guy, you guys might know.
Kids?
Yeah, but I used to like, there was three, Pretty in Pink,
yeah,
Some Kind of Wonderful,
yeah,
Ferris Bueller's Day
Off, yeah.
Some Kind of Wonderful, what was the other one? But I used to like them sort of things.
Oh, you know what? Everything. I tell you, some of you'll disagree. No, it wasn't. It's better now. But it back then was way better.
Here's one for you. 80s.
Go on.
It was 80s. Who remembers, down below again, if you're in the UK, unless you've seen it on YouTube, who remembers a bloke on Blind Date with a puppet, with a sooty? Jeff Carter.
Jeff Carter, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I remember Jeff.
And
Well, I know Jeff.
Well, you know Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
What about on a Saturday evening? Now, I'm trying to wind this up.
Now we're going on.
But you know, Saturday evening.
I'm launching my podcast after this, just to let you know.
Saturday evenings were better. Saturday evenings on TV, right? You'd turn up, you'd be there. I used to have I used to have my bath, once a week in a tin bath. No, it wasn't. It was in a proper bath, right? I used to have my. It was up at the Lake District. I'd have my bath. Mum would get me a little chocolate bar, which wasn't too little.
Cheese on toast.
No, I'd have already had my dinner. She got me like one of them animal chocolate bars.
Stop making them.
Cadbury's animal, have they?
Yeah.
I'd have one of them. I'd sit down. We'd watch Juliet Bravo. Right. Hang on. Nothing wrong with that. And then you'd have 3, 2, 1. Did. Can you do that?
And welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to another Saturday edition of your favourite game show of 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
No.
Ted Rogers. And
yeah, I know
also,
who you are.
But on an evening as well, because your Saturday evenings was better. You'd have Generation Game.
Life is the name of the game.
Good game. Good game.
Brucey or Jim Davidson?
No, it wasn't Jim. Did Jim Davidson do it?
Yeah.
No, you've got Larry Grayson.
Oh, Larry Grayson.
Shut that door.
Yeah, he was on Tamworth. He was from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jim Davidson did it. I'm sure he did.
Oh, yeah, I thought
down below.
I think who was your favourite out of them two? You'd got Jim Davidson. I don't remember him doing it actually, but Larry Grayson or who was the other one? Bruce Forsyth. Yeah, which was the best one?
I think Larry Grayson was more entertaining.
What's this theme tune? You ready? Filmed at Central Studios. Do you know it? Can you get it? Name that tune.
Tom O'Connor. Oh no, sorry, I thought it was a quiz.
No, that was Tom O'Connor, James.
Oh right.
It was Blockbusters.
Oh, can I have a pee, please, Bob? Yeah. Yes.
It was better. You got Alvida's Aim Pet. That was great.
Alvida's Aim Pet was filmed on the roads where I live. If anybody knows the old Clifton Bridge Cap, that's where they first picked Moxie up.
Is it?
Yeah, I love that. Jimmy Nail, I could watch all day.
I can't swear here, right? But
go on.
Apparently the word B-O, what Oz used to say, and then ending in
male cows.
Well, a man's
bullocks.
Yeah, but the other.
Oh right, yeah.
That is this like a what do you call it? Where it's not real kind of thing. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not real. It's a myth or whatever. Apparently, Jimmy Nail invented that word.
Really?
Supposedly, let
Do
me
you
know.
know, I'd love to go on a night out with Jimmy Nail, Tim Healy.
Yeah.
But he's got to be in drag.
Tim Healy in drag? Why in drag?
Kevin Waitley. And the one over there, again, I don't know if you can see it, where the jewellers is, the next there used to be a pub. And when they filmed Avida's Aim Pet, Gary Alton, bless him, God rest his soul, used to be in there all the time, and he used to serve behind the bar.
All right.
Fantastic fella, yeah. I mean, I'm old, you see. Went to school with Noah.
It was just, and even Sunday evenings as well. Do you know, we're supposed to be winding this up. We said we'll do a quick 10 minutes.
I've got freedom finally, because everybody says I do what you say, and I'm not doing it.
We used to have as well on a Sunday evening. That was better. I'd settle down on a Sunday evening for Bullseye.
So you're going to say stars in your, what was it?
Stars in the Eye.
Stars on Sunday.
No.
Paul the Yates's dad.
Bullseye. Come and have a look what you
yeah.
could have won.
Yeah, rub it in, don't they? Oh,
Come and have a look what you could have
you
won.
got 3. You could have won that speedboat, but you haven't.
What is it? Stay out of the red. Keep
You
the
get
red.
nothing in this game for
2 in a bed or something. What? Yeah, that was.
Or was it 3 in a bed?
3. I don't know.
No way.
I don't know. But anyway, 3 in a bed. It was great, wasn't it, Jimbo?
Sunday afternoon better. Golden Shot.
What?
Don't remember the Golden Shot with Bob Monkhouse and Ann Aston?
No.
Another. Can you say Dipsy Bob? Are you allowed to say that nowadays?
Say what you want, it's my channel.
Okay. But Ann Aston. How many of
As long as it's not swearing.
How many of you remember Ann Aston?
I don't remember that.
She was from Birmingham and she was a bit. She was. How would I put it? She was to adding up what Carol Vorderman is to Countdown. But she was rubbish. And you used to have to shoot a little wire with a crossbow. You do.
It must have been before my time, that one.
I'm old, but I'm not that flipping old.
Sunday afternoons for me was, what was it? It was Highway to Heaven, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what was his name? He was in
Michael Landon.
That's it, Michael Landon.
Where do I get all this info from?
You had a
sad lives. It was just basically watching TV.
I mean, you
and
just
playing a
admitted
computer
your
game.
mum used to get you out of your bath and all that, but I worked it out. You were 24 at the time.
Yeah, do you know what? I literally was wrapped in cotton wool. Unbelievable.
Honestly, he's still the same. I have to do everything for him. Took his shirt in his trousers. I take that back. Took his shirt in.
I'm not going to say clothes were better back then because they probably were.
Pod. Do you remember Pod shoes? Pod shoes. And you had funky belts. And who remembers Oxford bags? Was that before your time?
Bags?
They were like trousers. I was 11. I was at secondary school. Well, it was reform school, but secondary school. And you had flares about that long, and you had a big waistband. And the more buttons you had on it, the better. I mean, I had a waist then, so I had about 26, and you had patch pockets.
Yeah.
And you had platform shoes like they used to wear in Shawaddy Waddy. You know those platform shoes?
Yeah.
Trouble is, when you run across the playing field, your shoe got caught in the flare. They were the days. They were. Oh, you had,
I remember wearing Grolsch bottle tops on my Dr. Martin shoes and stuff.
Do you remember Harrington jackets?
Harrington, no? No, I wasn't the most fashionable kid, as as you've seen on one of the previous videos. I didn't dress very fashionable. I can tell you that now. But you told me something earlier on that brought back memories. Was when you used to, and you'll go, oh yeah, wrapping your books, your school books.
In wallpaper. Yeah. Used to start in your bit September.
Yeah.
Secondary school, I think mainly. You'd get given a jotter.
Yeah.
A homework diary.
Yeah.
And depending all your lesson books. And you had those. That's when schools had money, by the way. You used to give me all the books for the subjects, and they say, right, today's homework you've got to wrap them. And all you had was wood chip wallpaper and a glitter.
Yeah.
But if you're posh, you might have some with flowers on that was in your grand's kitchen. And you used to spend hours wrapping these bloody books. What for? I do not know.
You see, it was. Come on, it was better back then. No, you've got
school?
all the. No, you've got. Do you know what you've got now? I think a lot of it, and I know it's given me a job, but.
Wish they'd give me one.
Although according to some people, it's not.
No,
a job.
get a job.
Get a job. It's the internet. I think the internet gives a job. I think the internet has ruined a lot of things.
It's ruined childhood, doesn't it?
Yeah, because everybody's just on the mobile phone now.
Yeah, stuff. I mean, I've got daughters, but they're older now. But I mean, they used to sit there with the telly on, with no sound, watching the same program on the mobile.
Yeah.
What's all that about?
No idea. It's honestly, it was a lot better back then.
Well, going back to school, I'm carrying on. See how long we get them going. Because you're
moaning
you're moaning when it's 3 hours. This will do the fit. You've got a 17-hour flight, remember? Right. School. Remember school, right? Playtime, right?
Yeah.
You used to play games in the playground.
Yeah.
Go on then. British Bulldogs.
Oh yeah. All join on if you want to play Bionic Man.
Yeah. Well, you would have stupid then. The favourite one was Kiss Chase. Bet you played Kiss Chase. Did you? When you used to chase the girls and the girls chase the boys and whoever on that. But you always run slower to get caught, but they still never caught you, didn't they?
Nowadays, you'd have to chase the boys as well, and all the girls.
Yeah, but
you have to just to keep it, woken.
And you had there's a PE. They used to make you climb them ropes right to the top of the
Yeah,
sports
do you remember the
no nets
do you
or
remember
nothing?
the
was
medicine
it?
balls as well?
Yeah,
where
throw 'em at
where
you.
somebody would throw them at your head and you go.
But can you remember the little rubber quoit? I love that word. Quoits. It was like a donut, rubber donut. Quoits, and you had bean bags. Didn't you?
Bean bags, yeah,
Quarts,
yeah.
and then you had those coloured balls with lots.
Yeah.
Got them on one now. Lots of holes on them.
Wait, do you know what? We'd go out, they'd send us out jogging in, like, cross country or whatever it was called back then. And they'd send you out, and the teacher would be wrapped up with a mug of tea and a cigarette.
Yeah.
While we're freezing. They'd have a cigarette on, didn't they? It was like,
Yeah.
what's all that about?
And we had break times. They used to, when it was called infants and juniors then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. They used to have tuck shop that stood in.
shop, yeah.
They used to come round with a box and stand and play jammy dodgers.
Yeah.
And they were that big.
Yeah, jammy dodgers. Now they're tiny.
Potato puffs in a red bag.
Yeah.
Threepence.
Potato puff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You see, I mean,
I think
again,
that was probably before my time.
when I was a lad, you got 240 pennies in the pound. Or was it 280 pennies to the pound? Went to bed one night, Dave, woke up when you got 100.
Do you know what? Even also, I think money lost its value in the UK.
You keep talking. Oh, broke the chair. You keep talking about the money.
Right. It lost its value when we lost the £1 note.
Yeah.
What you got in there?
No, you carry on.
Oh, that's putting me on a.
Come here.
You're putting me on a thing here, on a pedestal.
You're on about old money.
Oh, hang on, here we go.
You're on about old money, right?
Ooh.
When I first started work at 15, my first wage packet I saved, it was £5.65p, and there's the old fivers. I'll give it him and he can show it you because I'm no good at the cameras because I have the shakes. But it's getting on a bit now, a bit like me.
Wow, look at that.
And I kept my very first pay packet.
I think you can see that. There you go.
We'll be auctioning that off at the end of this vlog.
Look at that. £5. Bank
That was the last modern one, wasn't it? So.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I mean, money was different.
Do you remember Fine Fair?
That's fine by me.
That's fine by me.
Fine fair. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
Fine Fair.
Who did it go to after Fine Fair?
I think it was Asda or something, I'm not sure.
Fine Fair became... Didn't it Iceland take over Fine?
I'm not sure. Fine Fair. It was, what's his name, off the Professionals who advertised it.
The gaffer, wasn't it?
I can't remember his name, the Scottish guy.
Yeah.
Well, hop in the
It
conversation.
was Hudson in Upstairs Downstairs.
Yes, he was. Tail was a bit wobbly. Do you know what?
Sorry.
I think we should about tie this up now.
Why? I'm enjoying myself.
I know you are.
I've had a wash and everything.
Yeah, you've had a haircut as well, and you've got a beard.
Yes, well, people say no. I wrote you that.
Oh, you know you're Australian when you believe that stubbies can either be drunk or worn. In fact, I'll tell you what, I don't know whether you can see that. There you go, look. Can you see that? There we go.
Right.
There you go. Right, well, I reckon we'll wind this up, but if you've got any that you can think of, TV programmes, I don't know, cereals from back in the day, meaning cereals, breakfast cereals, advertisements, anything really, toys, the whole works, comedy series, whatever.
Ready for when I launch my podcast at the end of March with a guest here.
Are you going to launch a podcast?
I'm thinking about it, but I don't think anybody would want to watch me, would they?
Well, do you know what? I reckon somebody could advertise you. Do you know any YouTubers that could
No, yeah, I do, but you know, I'm Mr. Lanzarote.
By the way, sorry, I'm interrupting him. Somebody will go, "You're interrupting him. Let him speak." I hit 150,000 subscribers today.
150. I mean 160.
150, I think.
Oh, you know that 25 quid you owed me was actually 80.
I was in. I've got it. I'm sure it's 150.
You've had 154 for a fortnight.
Oh no, sorry, 155. I was 155,000.
6 inches to lead.
We do exaggerate, us man.
Well, I think you've done. What do you know? Really, I was looking back, and it was this time last year. You were just coming up to 80,000.
Yeah.
So thank you for you lot.
Yes, thank you very much.
He appreciates it. I'll do it for him because he gets very shy. Believe it or not.
I'm shy.
Yeah.
I think you should do a podcast Do you think he should set up his own podcast?
Yeah, you won't want to listen to me going on about old stuff. And,
Of course, they will. We've just spent an hour doing it.
yeah, but I mean, I do once a month one, but I did one in Lanzarote, you know, on the forums, and it went quite well. You should go beer and a pizza on a Friday.
I reckon you should do it. What do you reckon? Comment down below.
Yeah.
Should you do a podcast? What would you call it?
I don't know. I'd have to get. Do you know? You don't know any graphic designers that can do good thumbnails and.
Only ones that are like this.
Yeah. I don't know. This is it. I want to do one that's not woke.
Not woke. That probably won't get published then.
Well, no, we're coming out of wokeness, aren't we? Finally.
Are we coming out?
Yeah, apparently.
Good.
You know, I wouldn't mind doing one on all the old comedians that's still going, that is still there. Because let's be honest, if you buy a ticket to a comedy show and you know that comedian is not PC, shall we say, you wouldn't go, would you? You wouldn't buy a ticket in the first place.
No.
So why cancel people because of that? But I'm not getting that controversial because I'm old and somebody might put a hit on me.
And this is only about 80s with nostalgia.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for Dave here. Thank you for you watching. Thank you for getting me to 155,000 subscribers.
And can I just say, to all the haters who say I don't say anything, just nod there and wear stupid sunglasses and do what he says, you're right.
Where are your sunglasses?
I've stopped wearing them because they take the mickey.
Right, thanks for watching.
Thanks
Don't forget, give us a thumbs up, put the teeth back in, share it on social media, and do this stuff thing. Subscribe. Yeah?
Give him a couple of 100 more subscribers so it's been worth me freezing.
It is cold, isn't it? Anyway, let's go to a proper coffee shop down there and I'll buy you a proper coffee. See you in the next
folks.
one. Bye-bye.